after we've lost everything, we're free to do anything.
Oh no, whenever you would stay my baby, I know that my mother would never. Raise up, step my back.
And then I watch your face, put my finger on your tongue, till it levitate, yeah. These hearts adore everyone the other beats hard is for. Inside this mess, outside this earth support. Coming down one night.
It's the power of a god.
Why are you so upset that I'm telling the reality that men want? Men don't want women who have children by other men, especially productive, competitive, especially productive, competitive, successful men. Higher value men choose overwhelmingly to start their own families. See, what you have a problem with, man, is men finally saying what men have always thought. If you don't want the downsides or consequences that come along with being a single mother, get married before you have a baby.
Stop lying to yourself. Like, oh, I can't have sex without being emotionally tied. Dude, I can f you and literally not think about you the next day. Stop giving yourself that much credit.
But no, hold on. Let go. Why can't you do that? Why?
The same reason you guys can, because I'm not in tune with myself. That's why.
Most women don't behave that way. So when a woman does, let me finish. When a woman does, and she's a, even though a man can and he's a, it's different for you than it is for me. Because emotionally, those women, we want a woman that can emotionally bond with us, not one that's been a who can't later on. So it's different.
Let me say this.
They are more likely to leave you, according to psychology studies. A woman with more than 10 bodies has a higher rate of divorce with a man, according to psychologist.com.
YouTube ain't playing games no more, bro. They seen this man Sneeko went to Andrew Tate's crib.
It's actually a lot deeper than that. Male content across all platforms are getting suppressed, shadow banned, and just outright banned. Now, Sneeko specifically had a live that they was playing in the Senate. The Senate was playing his live. Now, I know he jokes and does a lot of weird stuff, and he leans a little too far to the left, if you know what I mean, as far as his content. But he gets banned while content like this and creators that put out a negative message towards men, black men in general, are still up. Kevin Samuels said it himself. If we want our messages to reach young men, we're going to have to create our own.
Imagine 14 years with the same person. Y'all got kids. You invested into this shit. You deep into this shit. Just for that person to wake up one day and say, I'm done. I don't want to be with you no more. This is crazy. And I've watched interviews with her explaining her side, talking about, oh, I finally got some self-love. After 14 years and kids, now you got some self-love. That's crazy. But you know what that really mean though, right? She ready to go be in the street. She ready to go find some other dude. She ready to go get validated in the streets. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all need to wake up out of this Disney Channel shit that y'all on. This fairy tale stuff, this romantic love stuff, this is not real. This is some fake ass shit. Y'all need to wake up. Focus on you and stop rushing the marriage. You got time. Relax.
Why do you think men care about a woman's body count?
Do you? People actually care about that shit?
In tandem with my last video, go check it out. Let's talk about something that actually is harmful to people. And let's say that topic is harmful to women. I think one thing that is objectively harmful to women is lying to them. We need to stop pushing this idea that body count doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't matter to them, sure. But Don't push the idea that body count doesn't matter. Because a lot of men, I would even argue most men, still heavily care about body count. And by perpetuating the lie that body count doesn't matter, you're lying to women. And when young women rack up high body counts because they were lied to and told that it doesn't matter, reality's gonna set in when they get older, and the potential suitors that they had and the partners no longer want them because of their high body count. And even the women who say that men don't care or that it doesn't matter, they know that they're lying. How? Because they lie about it when their man asks about it. Because they know. Stop lying to women. A lot of men still do care. Thank you for coming with my long Tony TED Talk.
Can somebody please tell me what toxic femininity is?
Women who think they do nothing wrong. Women who believe that a man ain't supposed to have feelings, so what they do to them don't matter. Perfect example. You was literally just posting about how you will always support a female menace. A menace is a threat or a danger to life. The other girl was just posting about how men don't go to war. They soft, I guess. You see, y'all secretly be advocating for violence and danger and don't even recognize it.
I would argue most girls want a guy that has his shit together and they're willing to share him. So,
it depends on the woman. I know for sure. I'm not sharing.
No. Well, you're not really in a position to demand anything at this point. No offense.
That's your opinion.
None of us
That's
are,
not
right?
facts.
None of us are, right?
That's your opinion.
Because we're not millionaires.
That's
we're
not
not in a
facts.
position to demand anything.
Men in general don't
Sit
want
down
to
and look pretty.
But that's your opinion.
My opinion?
That's your opinion.
All right, you know what? Let's go with the chat. We got almost 19,000 people in here. Guys, would you go ahead and marry and/or commit to a girl that has children and 35 years old? Give me a 1 in the chat if it's no, 2 in the chat if it's yes. Let's see here. We got majority of guys watching from all different types of places all over the world.
Divorce 35.
And let's see what here. Divorce 35 years old with kids in tow. Would you marry and/or take that girl serious?
W or L?
No, and 1 or 2 yes. Let's see. And we got resounding ones. Oh, wow. Look, it's my opinion, right? No, this is how men in general feel. They're not going to go and commit to a girl that's older that has kids when they can go and date a girl that's younger, right? That is more impressionable.
I disagree.
When a girl breaks up with you to be with another man, don't ever try to compete with him. You're in a losing situation. He's new, he's exciting, he's the winner, he's forbidden, and he's easier to idealize because she doesn't know all of his flaws. When you try to compete with him, now she has 2 guys flooding her ego. It's much more attractive to be strong enough to be willing to walk away.
It's mediocre dick. It's not worth it anyways. Yeah. What truly are y'all good for? Y'all aren't even building. Y'all aren't going to war. All y'all do is wear dangly earrings and paint your nails.
Bro. Who do you think built the fucking world that we live in? Men literally dominate the construction field. We don't go to war. Who the fuck do you think is on the front line? It's not big bitches like y'all. What are you talking about? This is coming from somebody who went to the military at 17 to the Marine Corps, and I was in the infantry. What are you talking about?
That's real good, and honestly, I'm gonna block you right now. Thanks.
All right, ladies, what does this make y'all? When y'all ask a man for money, period, point blank, y'all gonna block a man because he say he don't got it right now. But you're asking. So what does this make you?
All we have to do is ask a man's opinion on Kevin Samuels or Andrew Tate.
So thank you for coming out with me. It's so nice to see you. You're dressed so sharp tonight. So can I ask you a fun little question? What do you think of Andrew Tate and Kevin Samuels? I'm curious to know your opinion on this. Oh, those guys, don't get me started on them. I feel they've done irreputable damage to the female community, and Andrew Tate should have been banned way sooner. He is harmful to this new generation of young men, and he is definitely not the top G. You wanna fuck now? Have done nothing. Do you see what I did there? Those were your words. You used in that fucking video. So you just gave me the blueprints of what to tell you. And if a man was going to manipulate you through the first date and create a whole fake life, which some motherfuckers do that, why would he stop at a question about Kevin Samuels and the top J? I would just lie to you. He would want me to smash you. Both of them would. They're not going to be bothered. Trust me.
Hey, now. Slow down, all right?
You got that? That smile is beautiful.
Yeah, you're weird.
Perfect example of, what could go wrong, bro. The worst she could say is no. Well, as you can see, it went wrong. Now, again, you're not entitled to her energy. You're not entitled to her time. You're not entitled to anything. But my brother, I feel like you dodged the bullet. She's very rude, very egregious, just walked off. Her friend isn't there. It seems like they're in the echo chamber, so you know how that go. We get on apps and we get in real life. Why don't men approach? Why don't men approach me? Why don't men say anything to me? Why they just look at me and don't say anything? Men are terrified. Not like scared of women for physically, but they just tired. They don't want to do it anymore. They see it's not worth it. So they would rather just walk past you and be like, oh, she was cool, but it's not even worth my time or my energy. That's why I believe in choosing signals. Discipline, sexual discipline, mental discipline, physical discipline. You gotta start making women work for you too. Have morals and standards, fellas.
When women misbehave in a relationship, they're harder to catch because they have to go through the process of justifying their misbehavior and their emotions. I've mentioned this once before and how Esther Perel goes into what happens when a woman cheats, and she has to go through all these emotional hurdles to even get to the point where she could cheat. Well, it's the same thing with lower level misbehavior, right? This is important for men to understand that this justification process is in place because we don't have it. That's why we get caught more. We get up to some kind of misbehavior. We're not convincing ourselves that, oh, we need this or we deserve this or it's okay. We don't do that. As such, we go about our misbehavior as guilty people and oftentimes leave a trail of red flags. Not so the female. If she's in that state of justification, she is effectively two different people. She can very sincerely tell you love, loyalty, all these things. And then when you're not around, she can overtly flirt with other men. She does develop a crush on a coworker, what have you. She's stalking an ex online, whatever it is. That's the part I'm trying to help men understand. They're two different people. Because at a certain fundamental level, they believe the justification. They believe it, they internalize this, and so they can be completely sincere in your presence, and yet out of your presence, they're basically another person.